What's up, my lovelies, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are setting up my journal for Q2 and April. So during March, I did a anime convention held by a friend on Island, and I was able to get a table there to sell my stickers and stuff. So I spent the entirety of that week, the week of the 22nd, just printing and cutting, designing, printing and cutting. And one of those sheets that I came up with was a Sakura sheet, like cherry blossoms. It's called Sakura Blooms, I believe. And that's what inspired the theme for these pages. I wish, now I'm not upset, I'm really not. It might sound like I am, but I'm really not, because I have come to the conclusion that, like, it's a learning experience, and now I know. So what is there to be upset about? Now I know a very good thing. What I usually do when I'm working with my tombos in my journal is test them in the back of my journal for ghosting, bleeding, and also just to see if they actually are the colors that I'm thinking of in my head, because I have a very limited palette with my tombos. I completely forgot to do that with these, and let me tell you, I believe I've only used the brown before in my reading journal, but those pages I believe are thicker than the pages in my bullet journal, so it didn't bleed in my reading journal. But boy, oh boy, did these pinks and this brown ghost in this journal. I wish I had tested them before, because then I would have been like, okay, let me do these designs on, or let me do these elements, whatever it is that I want to do, on separate paper, cut them out and put them in. I ended up not doing that, obviously, as you're hearing me talk about them ghosting. I just went straight pen to paper, and you'll see in like the flip through, but also like while I'm doing some stuff, like the cover page, while simple, did actually do a little bit of damage. Not enough that I actually like I'm upset, but it's just like the reminder of, it's a very good reminder for me actually to test my tombos before I use them. So I'm not upset about it. It's just a very good reminder, which I'm very glad for. But enough of me rambling about my, is it foresight? My foresight being 2020, something like, I think it's foresight. I could be wrong, please correct me. But we're doing my Q2 goals. So I've actually accomplished quite a bit of my Q1 goals. I was not expecting that, but things quite literally just fell into place, and I am quite happy about it. So my personal goals, I've upped. If you remember, my personal goals for Q1, the first one was to read Game of Thrones, and I crossed that out because I DNF'd it like 10 pages in, and I think I just did like my average for my quarter was 3 books, and I think I've done that. I could be wrong. I could be exact on it, or it could be one over, one of the two. So my first personal goal for Q2 is to read 5 books, which I think I'm capable of doing. I'm actually not sure if I have 5 books left on my shelf to read. Oh no, I do. I'm okay. There's also a couple of stuff, like I've changed my third one to accommodate, like adjust my schedule to accommodate 2 episodic series. That goes hand in hand with the second goal in the business side of Xseed. That one's, they go hand in hand with develop a workflow for episodic series or something like that. And yeah, this, I actually really like how this Q2 dashboard looks. I really like how simple it is. But now we're on to the cover page or cover spread, I should say, for April. Like I said, it is a Sakura tree, cherry blossoms inspired theme. I believe it's kanji. I could be wrong. I'm always so bad at differentiating the Japanese writing. I used Papago to translate, I believe I did, cherry blossoms into Sakura so that I could get the characters for it and write it there. So it's literally, this just says Sakura. That's all it says. It just says cherry blossom. So I just really did some like blobby cherry trees. These pinks are a lot more vibrant than I thought they were. And this dark pink is actually like a red, and it's a lot more muted than I thought it was, but it actually works. I just wish I had a lighter pink. These are literally the only two pinkish shades that I have, and they're okay. I like them in this context because they are quite bright, but they're also not like fluorescent, which I'm very glad about because my eyes cannot deal with fluorescent colors. And here is the brown faded marker pen, Tombow pen. It is, I love the shade of it, don't get me wrong. It's one of the only browns that I have. I think it's the only, no, yeah, I will count it as the only brown that I have. And it is dark, but it's also the closest, quite fortunately, or like, I don't know, the closest color match to the actual brown that I used in the sticker sheet. I didn't realize that until much later, until like afterwards, I think. But it flows quite nicely. And as usual, I'm not filling in, like penning in my projects and tasks. I do that afterwards because I triple check that I have what I need there and the spellings are correct and all of that. I did put in the headers because I like pre-spaced them. So I gave myself more space than normal. But you can see with the first weekly, the bleed through, not really bleed, well, some of it's bleeding through, but the ghosting of this pink marker from projects and tasks dashboard. And I just kept this one really simple. And as of recording this voiceover, I just finished penning in the skeleton of the rest of the week. So you're actually, I think, I still have the March pages to do, like to post on Instagram, because they were going to be doing afterwards. And I don't think I would have to go through and see if I have anything personal on them. And if I have to like put them into Photoshop and blur them or whatever before. Don't think there's anything personal there. So I might just be able to straight like take pictures and post it. But I might be able to go back to just doing the decorations and the skeleton of my spreads for April and post those on Instagram. But soon I will have the Sakura Blooms sticker sheet, the die cut, and actually did Soft Flora's second sheet, Sweet Flora. I'll have those up soon on the coffee shop. So if you want to check those out and anything else out, I did move my store from my website over to Coffee. So that link is in the description now. You can check that out if you want to. Any support is greatly appreciated. But as we go to the monthly grid, I am actually quite glad still at this point, I didn't think to check if there was bleeding on this side. I think I just was like, I think I'd forgotten again at this point. But because I borked March, the double paper that's there is actually blocking the bleed through, the ghosting on the other side. But it's actually a blessing in disguise that I borked March the way that I did. So it's okay. I was contemplating using the brown for the lines of the calendar, but then I think in my mind's eye I was seeing like the overlay of the April cover page and how it ghosted through, and was like, nah, just do your regular black. Just do your regular. I could have pulled one of my brown Staedtler fine liners, but I truly did not want to search through that. I really didn't. I don't have like a proper storage thingy for them. They're at the bottom of the container that's holding my Tombows, so I'd have to sift through my Tombows to get to those, and I just wasn't doing it. I'm just not doing it. So I'm also trying to use up some of these day stickers that I have from my Happy Planner days on the front of this sticker book that I made. So I'm trying to use those to fill in the days on the calendar. It is a good thing that I can speed up video because this did take me a while because I was cutting off quite a bit. I was originally going to leave them with a little circle because these are actually meant for dailies or weeklies. So you could put in the circle the number of the day. But with this, it's unnecessary. So I just cut them off. I cut very close to the circle so I got as much pink as I could. And it actually made them the perfect size to go on top of the days without like overlapping and bulking, which is really nice. And then as usual, I go in with my pen, my regular writing pen, and put in the dates. And then I add the May calendar and do a little decoration at the bottom of that. As we close off the video and we go back to real time for the flip through, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing as you have. We are, as of recording this, one off of 50 subscribers. And the reason why I'm so hyped about 50 subscribers is because it means I can do live streams on the channel, which means I can move my art live streams to the channel and leave my gaming ones separate. It'll be quite fun. But yes, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment down below what you'd like to see next. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click that notification bell so you always get notified of when I post a video. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye 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 bye.